Hey everyone, my name is Deadlyslob, and out of high demand, here is another Q&A video, and these are going to be answering all the questions and the major questions that were left on Deadly 10 to 20, and on my main channel, my Beast Mastery, Devil Source, Hunter Guide, and some personal messages on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/deadlyslob. Now the first thing I want to discuss is actually what is my character's name on Kill Jaden now. Before I said it was Leonidas, that's not the case anymore. It's just simply Deadly. No alt codes, no nothing, just Deadly. Search me up on Kill Jaden Alliance side, give me a message, whatever you want to do, and I am there. It's just really easy. Actually, Nemec made a rogue called Deadly, and he's like, dude, this name isn't taken, so do you want it? And I was like, yes. So I did the name change yet again. This is starting to look out to be quite the expensive move to Kill Jaden, but I think I'm done with all the purchases for now. So anyways, let's get right started with all these questions. The first question comes from a guy named Average Gamer 3, and he asks, what do I think is the best class to level? That is quite the broad question, but I get that a lot. Actually, it's probably up there in my top 10 most asked questions, and I believe that right now in the game, all classes are about the same. I believe Hunter and Feral Druids have a little bit of an advantage over the average class, but for the most part, every single class has a spec that is very good when leveling, and it's not that difficult anymore to just quest. It really isn't a hard game anymore to level in, and if you're having trouble, there is a link in the description box that can help you out. But if you don't want to go the questing route, you can always heal in dungeons, which is really quick, or tank. Tanking is a very awesome thing to do to level as fast as possible. In fact, I'm living proof. On the Deadly series, we're doing dungeons and battlegrounds now. So I hope that answers your question, Hunter. Next one comes from Jonathan Rock 69, awesome name. Anyway, he asked, do I stream every day? And that's a good question. I do stream every single morning on the new on the twitch.tv/TGN live stream, where a lot of your favorite directors are now streaming every morning, 7:30 Eastern Standard, for the next at least week and a half until I go to university. So you can find me there every morning. Set your alarm clocks. It's a lot of fun. We have a big outcome every day, and it's quite interesting. I love talking with all you guys one-to-one, and we also do some funny ventriloquist stuff. If you guys want to see an example of that, there is one on my personal channel on my Devil Source guide video. Okay, so the next question comes from Wow6052, and he asks, I was wondering if you could give me some tips on gearing up my Hunter. And yeah, I get asked that a lot, and basically it just depends on what you want to do. And really, if you want to do PvE, the easiest thing to do is just suck it up, go into those heroics. I mean, you're going to be doing bad DPS if you don't have great gear. I would suggest roll maybe Marksman or Survival. Survival is a little bit less gear dependent as Marksman, so you may want to try that out first. I would not go BM as soon as you hit 85, because your DPS is going to be so low. Because BM is fairly gear dependent whenever you're, trying to do DPS, and you don't do as much DPS as Survival or Marksman. And if you want to go the PvP route, definitely you're just gonna have to get into the grind of battlegrounds, and it's very difficult whenever you first start, not having a single piece of gear. But get some buddies together, or come to Kill Jaden, join Ruinous. We'll gear you up. There's a lot of cool stuff going on Kill Jaden. These things called QQ AV pre-mades, where it's a cross-realm pre-made, and these guys just own Arathe base in like 10 minutes, and you can get so much honor. You can gear a guy in full vicious in just a full day. I think someone was telling me on the vent, and they're just outstanding. So you can do something like that, but for the most part, you're just gonna have to get into the grind, man. It's the easiest way to get gear. Maybe try joining a raiding guild, do some heroic with some buddies. That's all the tips I can really give you, other than just get male agility gear. There really isn't too much to say. Replace your crappiest pieces first. This question comes from Lovely Cat Wizard, and he asked, can you make a video on your Hunter's macros? And yes, that's coming on my personal channel. There will be a Hunter macro video coming very soon. In fact, possibly for specific hunter pets, I'm going to be making macro guides, like my macros that I use for my Devilsaurus, my Spirit Beast, my Silithid, chimeras, spiders, crab. I'm going to be trying to do as much of that stuff as possible, because if you're a hunter and you're, you know, you do decent in PvP and don't get ganked like this on which video you guys are watching, you know that macros are very important and very specific to what type of pet you are using. So on my personal channel, you can find that there in the coming days or weeks, or maybe even a full month. I don't know. It's going to be a busy couple weeks ahead of me. So yes, that is coming. But for the general macros, yeah, I'll probably do one for that as well. Like for my arcane shot, kill shot, steady shot, and my traps and stuff like that. I'll be doing that. This is from Mr. D3NKO. And he asks, what do you enjoy more in your warrior, prot or arms? That's a good question. I prefer arms, really. Prot is a lot of fun, but I can see myself playing arms at endgame because I'm a PvPer. That's what I love to do. I'm going to try to tank as much as I can, build the tanks back up, but PvP is what I'm going to be doing on that warrior, I believe. Okay, this comes from a guy named That Special Child. And he's asking me what professions do I use, and that's a very broad answer because I have a lot of different level 85s. I have, you know, Percunus, I have Mephisto, and Zuvo, and Thanatos are deadly now. And basically, Zuvo was my gold mule. He had herbalism and mining, so whenever I needed to get some gold really, really quickly, I'd just go farm Whiptail for about 30 minutes and generate a couple thousand gold. And I've been doing that. I mean, I haven't had to do that for a long time. In fact, I haven't had to do any professions or gold farming for a while because I've been trying to get the achievement in the Firelands, netting me a lot of gold. So on my hunter right now, working on engineering, I have gotten to a very expensive point. So I have been taking a little hiatus from that, and I also have inscription. Now, I originally got inscription because of how well the inscription market worked back in Wrath of Lich King with different add-ons like quick auctions. I think 2. You used to be able to post all of your glyphs and used to be able to check to see if people undercut you and automatically return all of the glyphs that were undercut, and then you can recut. Now, it's a very competitive market. I'm not sure how it is anymore because I've gotten out of it, but it can net you thousands and thousands of gold every day if you get into it. But it does take up a lot of time because you got to be sitting there on the auction house constantly refreshing stuff. But in a nutshell, I use a lot of professions. So, alright, let's move on to the next question. This comes from PKers Are For Life. And he's asking me what is that BOA sword I'm using on my warrior, and that is actually called the True Silver's Champion sword, and I actually got it from, I believe it was the vendor in Winter Spring, but you can get it from Honor now. I think it costs like 3,500 Honor, so you can get it from there. It does have resilience on it. It doesn't have experience increase on it. No weapons do. So if you're wondering where you can get that, just grind up some Honor and buy that. It's pretty expensive, so but it's hella worth it, especially now since I'm doing a lot of AV on the stream and you guys are seeing me do a lot of PvP now on my warrior, which is really fun too. Very rewarding on AV weekend. And I have one question before I have to start looking for more because I still have a lot more time in this video. So we'll get to some of you guys' extra questions if I didn't catch them. But this guy, it's Minister Heals, and he asked, what inspired you to start playing? And now that I have some time, I'm going to give you guys a story. For those who have not heard how I actually started playing World of Warcraft, I'm going to break it down. Break it down right now. Alright, so what happened was, it was back in 2006, and I was young, obviously. I was still in school, and I was like, okay, well, this game, I used to play Age of Empires. It just came out, Age of Empires War Chiefs, and I told my mom to go get it, obviously. So she goes to the store, I think it was like GameStop or something, EB Games, and she picks up World of Warcraft, thinking, you know, War Chief, World of Warcraft. She forgot the name, obviously, and she picked up the wrong game. Anyway, she brings it back home, and I was like, well, yeah, that's not the game I want, but you know, I'll just put it aside for a while because I think I've seen some YouTube videos on it before. So anyway, some time's passed, and I actually started watching a lot of YouTube videos on World of Warcraft, like Leroy Jenkins, you know, more dots, things like that. And I was like, I think I have that game. So I looked like under my desk, and there, sure enough, the unopened box of WoW was just sitting there, dust covered. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. So I made I think it was like a Dwarf Hunter. And got him to level 13 in like a week. It was long. I was really proud though. I was like, man, this is so much fun. You know, I was taming beasts. I was like sending him to go kill stuff. I think I wanted to tame some kind of leopard, I think, in whatever the dwarf starting area was. And anyway, regardless, I quit that guy, and I do have a divine hate for dwarves now, but that's not the point. I quit for a while again, and I was playing off and on, but I really got serious in Burning Crusade when I started watching Hobbs, and I made a hunter using a guide called Joanna's Guide, which was tailor-made for hunters. So basically what I did was, hey, these blood elves, they're new. I'm going to make a blood elf hunter and follow the guide. And I did. I followed the guide all the way to 70. And it was a lot of fun. It took a couple months, obviously, because I haven't played the game before. It was a big learning experience. You know, entering Zangarmarsh for the first time. You know, that was the first time I learned about the arena system and raids and stuff. You know, met a lot of cool people. And basically, you know, I hit, you know, 70 and got into some trouble. I'm not going to talk about that. And it required me to make a new hunter. And, you know, that really jump-started the leveling series with Ral Jin, was my old leveling series. Those videos are now gone because I closed my channel. I had a little rage attack a couple years ago. And I had a lot of videos on there. I had like over 100. So I lost a lot of my work. And I'm kind of glad, though. My videos kind of sucked. But anyway, it would be a cool history lesson to go back, and I wish I could watch the first video I made. It was a hunter's way of pulling an RFC. That was my first video I ever made, and it actually got, I think, like 6,000 hits. So I mean, for a new YouTuber back in 2006, 2007, it was decent. I mean, 6,000 views was quite a lot for the time. So I was really happy about that, and I continued making them, and you know what? Here I am today. So you know, after, you know, Raljin hit level 70, blah 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 blah. Here we go. Here we are right now. Deadly Unkill Jaden. So that's basically what inspired me. I know it's a long story, but I think it's pretty funny because everyone's got their own story about how they play. You know, it could be as easy as I played the beta and wanted to play this game, or I played like Dota or Warcraft 3, or it can be something, you know, unusual like me. Before World of Warcraft, I never knew about Warcraft. That's a fact. I didn't know. I only played StarCraft once, I think, and it's true. And you know, it's kind of weird because I look back at Warcraft 3 and I would have been like, I really would have enjoyed that game. But you know, times have changed. League of Legends is my new Dota, and you know what I'm doing right now is a lot of fun. And even though you know, everything new is coming out and new games are on the way, I think World of Warcraft, I'm still gonna play it. But you know, regardless if I quit or whatever, it's gonna be, you know, I had a lot of good times with this game, and I met a lot of really cool people. You know, if somehow, you know, some of my old buddies like Zach or Kevin or Rachel or Nathan, you know, those guys, that was a lot of fun back in the day. You know, my new buddies Nemec, Dillo, Aiden, you know, Bad Night, Andrew, you guys are a lot of fun as well. And just the whole experience, the whole community, even with joining TGN, has been quite an amazing experience, to say the least. And you know, going to the stream every morning and seeing all you guys wake up so damn early to see my stream really powers me to keep doing this. And I hope you guys really enjoy what I do, and I know you guys do. So anyways guys, that about wraps up my Q&A section. Hope you guys enjoyed the PvP going on in the background. I just recorded one random ass game. It wasn't very good. I'm not trying to show off or anything, but just to give you guys something to watch. And I'll see you guys, the 20 to 30 video coming very soon for Deadly.